Recently, I learned some Intellivision Amico games were no longer exclusive to the console and were now available on other platforms. Yay! As some of you may know, I have a history with the Intellivision Amico and even invested in it. I think it turned out well. Amico! I even interviewed the Intellivision CEO, Tommy Tallarico. What a swell guy!
If you're into games with blood and violence and sexual content and kids in sexual compromising positions and rape on the Nintendo, if that's what you want, then buy a Switch.
Wait a second.
3 formerly exclusive Amico games are now available from BBG Entertainment: Astro Smash, Dynablaster, and Shark. I'm going to play and review one of them right now. But which one will it be? Which one of those am I looking forward to the most? Give up? What? It's a Halloween costume. Wearing a Halloween costume for a game review anytime around Halloween is required by law.
I decided to play and review my most anticipated exclusive Amico game. Well, not that free Care Bears Care Carts mobile game. And no, not the free Sesame Street browser games. And no, not the free Evel Knievel mobile game that I have on my phone. Not those exclusive games, silly! Shark, developed by Bonus Level Entertainment and NeoBird, is a modern remake of the 1982 original from Mattel, the same year that He-Man came out. Guess which one was more successful? I'm playing the Steam version here. It's a single-screen action game where your fish has to swim around and eat a certain number of other fish to beat the stage. You can only chomp on smaller fish though, but you grow larger and slower with each fish eaten until you become a chunky fish. The adversaries are larger fish who can eat you if you swim into their mouths, and there are stage hazards like random octopus ink blots, eels, and other undersea nuisances. However, the name of the game is the enemy shark, who will chase after you and eat you. It's very large and fills a decent amount of the gameplay field. You should avoid the shark, but you can also carefully nibble its tail for points. If enough damage is done to the shark, it will die for a short time before reappearing, so it's not really worth the risk. Overall, it's a pretty shallow experience. Get it? Shallow? The shark provides most of the challenge, besides the over-the-top hazards that appear in certain stages, like the annoying rockfish that can zap and halt you on 2/3 of the screen. This is a prime example of the game design deficiencies and difficulty imbalance that Shark presents. There is little challenge to the mundane fish eating, but avoiding the shark while also dealing with the other stage elements is troublesome, and there is no ramp up or nuance when it comes to the gameplay. You just need twitchy action skills and decent reflexes. There is only one item, a temporary bubble shield, which you will need to survive, especially in the later stages. However, even if you lose all of your fish lives, you can continue and try again. If you're wondering about the clams on the ocean floor, they randomly open up to reveal pearls for either points or an extra life. However, they only remain open for several seconds, so you gotta be quick. This could be a design relic from the Amico controller, where the player could look down at their controller's LCD screen to indicate which clam was about to open next. It's a terrible idea to look away from the screen while playing an action game, but this was their big genius idea to justify an over-engineered, overly complex controller. There are only 12 stages in single-player mode. 12! Dose! And you can defeat Shark in about half an hour, even accounting for later stage obstacles, like tridents and algae that covers the screen. And if you aren't totally bored and can make it to the end, then your reward is a treasure chest. I wonder what's inside.
Is it my investment money being returned? Another interview with Tommy? Another Ferrari ride?
No, it's a rare conch shell. The ending over-explains that it's divine and blowing into it removes negative energies and purifies the soul due to it being an ohm, the basic sound of the universe. And wait, isn't this supposed to be for children? We don't need walls of text explaining pseudoscience that even my yoga instructor doesn't push. Here's what the ending should be. Good job! Here's a shiny shell. Now go play Fortnite. And that's it. There are unlockable colors and different fish when you beat the levels, but they all play the same, so who cares? Is Shark polished? The graphics look a bit kit-bashed, as if the developers threw together assets from different Unity packs. Player fishies look a certain Finding Nemo-esque cartoon style, but the shark looks a different style, while the random fish, seahorses, and crabs look closer to reality. And the background art style doesn't truly match anything else. During the between-stage cutscenes, I use that term loosely, you can move your fish outside where the graphics are and into the letterbox area. Sloppy. The gameplay could also be tightened up in the design. Things like the environmental rules do not apply to the shark. Look at it swim through the pufferfish. A little more thought and care could have went a long way here. The sound is okay, but the music is all over the place, from contemporary violin music to a Spanish guitar track to something that sounds like an Avatar soundtrack reject. I expect more from famous game music composer Tommy Tallarico, who has won over 35 industry awards and has worked on more than 300 games. This is how Shark is advertised, but by the way, these claims are known to be fraudulent. And according to the credits, the music tracks come from APM Music, an online music library that anyone can license music from. So Tommy's expertise amounted to listening to tracks and clicking on ones that he wanted in the game. So all in all, is Shark worth it? It sure is. For only $1.49, it's not a bad time waster. Wait, my eyes are tired and blurry from all this fish fun. The decimal place was off in my brain. It's really $14.99. You can find numerous better indie games that cost way less and are more fulfilling, and ones that are even free. If you want a similar experience, you can check out the two Feeding Frenzy games, which are a lot more polished and deeper experiences. Pardon the pun. They're cheaper, better games from the 2000s. Yes, 2000s.
Maybe the worst part about all of this is that Shark was originally going to be one of the packing games for the Intellivision Amico. Yeah, a packing game, a system-selling killer app, on a system that was going to cost between $250 and $300. 300 US dollars for mobile quality games that you can beat in 30 minutes. This is where millions and millions of dollars of investment money went towards? Well, actually, no.
If you look at Shark's credits, there's a note that says, financially supported by FFF Bayern. What is FFF Bayern, you may ask? Well, it's a Bavarian entertainment fund that comes from German tax dollars. The money for the development of several Intellivision Amico titles came from this. And of those, 4 of the 5 announced packing games came from this funding. Skiing, Farkle, Cornhole, and yes, Shark. And if you also include Moon Patrol, Snafu, Biplanes, and Pong, yes, Pong, over 613,000 euros in all were wasted in German tax dollars to develop Amico games. In 2019, when these games were funded, that was worth about 675,000 US dollars. Wow. I'm not saying the money wasn't properly spent, but these games are ultra simplistic experiences in design and gameplay. So back to Shark and BBG Entertainment. BBG is based out of Munich, Germany. They are the publishers of Dynablaster, a Bomberman clone that was also once going to be an Amico exclusive, but is now also available on other platforms.
And a reminder that Dynablaster was one of the 8 physical products that Intellivision sold, promising you a digital download of the game. But do you think me buying this trinket gave me access to the game on any platform or console? Nope!
So how did BBG manage to release both Astro Smash and Shark when neither game was developed by BBG? Well, Intellivision Entertainment sold them the rights to both games in May 2023. So, to recap, German tax dollars paid for the development of several Intellivision Amico games, including most of the packing games like Shark, and Astro Smash were both sold by Intellivision to BBG, who then released them. Intellivision got Shark made for free due to German taxpayers, and then sold the game to a German game company. And seemingly none of this money from the BBG deal was ever seen by the investors. In the same way, none of the money made from the physical products was. And you would think that maybe Intellivision would have at least worked out a deal with BBG Entertainment to give out Shark download codes to those who pre-ordered an Amico console and never got their money back. But hey, why should we expect Intellivision to do the right thing now if they never have before?
We are not, I repeat 100%, I give everyone my word of honor, we are not crowdfunding. I don't want to ask anyone, any consumer for their money until they have had a chance to play the console and to play the games, right? What a concept. Imagine that. We're not asking you to give us money for a system that you can't play.
Sketchy as hell. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here wondering where all the console pre-order and investment money went, because it certainly wasn't used for these games. Starry-eyed investors slammed millions into the Amico, DK. We were all invested in the Amico, from Tallahassee to Little Rock. It had just been delayed. The console delayed. 9,400 investors put their money into it. Millions were gone in 2 years. Didn't see the CEO until he wanted more. Italian, 5-footer. You know how you know that on the internet? You can tell by looking from the jeans to the hair dye. What we didn't know was that our Amico console was so screwed up, no distress signal had been sent. They didn't list the console overdue for months. Very first light, CEO comes cruising by, looking for praise and money. So we formed ourselves into tight groups. Sort of like you see on YouTube, you know, the desperate retro gamers trying to relive their childhood. And the idea was the CEO would come to the nearest YouTuber. That YouTuber, he starts a fawning and praising. And sometimes that CEO, he'd go away. But sometimes he wouldn't go away. Sometimes that CEO looks right at you, right into your eyes. And the thing about that CEO is that he's got lifeless eyes. Black eyes, like a doll's eyes. When he comes at you, he doesn't even seem to be lying. Till he asks you for money in console pre-orders, and those black eyes roll over white, and then you hear that high-pitched shilling. The bank account empties, and despite all your wishing and hoping, that CEO comes in and rips your integrity to pieces. You know, by the end of that first delay, Intellivision lost millions. I don't know how many delays, maybe 1,000. I know how many CEO YouTube interviews, they average 6 an hour. On Thursday morning after the first delay, I bumped into a friend of mine from New York, YouTuber, tech YouTuber. I thought he was a hack. I looked over and saw him shill. He looked dumb and mindless on his stream. He was like a kind of slob, careless. Well, he'd been used by the CEO. Some years after the 4th delay, they announced Amico games would no longer be exclusive. I spotted those games on the Switch and Steam stores, and a few hours later I was playing Intellivision Amico games. You know, that was the time I was most frightened? Waiting to see if the games were good. I'll never invest in a console again. So, 9,400 investors put $17 million into the Amico. 3 shitty games come out. The CEO took the rest. October the 10th, 2020. Anyway, we got Shark. But maybe, just maybe, there's a silver lining to all of this. A silver lining to all the millions of dollars wasted, all the fraud, lies, and deception. Because maybe it was really all about the friends we made along the way. After all, Amico does mean friend in Italian. And BBG did add an online multiplayer mode, so I can enjoy Shark now with all the other Intellivision fans out there. Any minute now, I guess. Are there any other Shark Amicos out there? Well, online multiplayer isn't working. Maybe it's not functioning properly, or maybe there's not enough people that own the game. I don't know. But there's also local multiplayer I can try. But where would I find someone to play with on such short notice and during Halloween season? Oh no. Oh no! No, don't eat me. Eat the other fish.
Is Wolf Daddy supposed to be having fun?
Yes, this is fun.
I'd rather be playing Wolf Child on Super NES.
Keep your paws away from me.
Hey, chicks dig the hair.
Wolf Daddy!
I need a new Amico. This is fantastic. I'm having a whale of a time. What, you think that's lame? Those puns are actually in the game. Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. Another Ferrari ride? What the f***? They call him Jabber 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 Jaw. I get no respect. Nyah, nyah, nyah. Come on, Jabberjaw! It's a Hanna-Barbera classic!